Boys, we are live. I just feel like yapping right now. I don't know when this lobby will get started, and also let me get my graphic settings and my audio settings set up properly because guess what? Your boy gets a little bit of ray tracing in his commentary. Ooh, who's got the rig for that? Barely, I do, barely. If I had just a slightly better graphics card, definitely could do full ray tracing. But it's fine. Oh, audio settings. Almost forgot. It's fine. It's fine. No worries. There we go. Broadcast. I am very interested in knowing. So I absolutely love the driver audio preset. It just I don't know. I feel more involved. I don't know. I don't know. It's something about it just tickles my ears exactly the same. So yeah. So stream has started. Let me let them know. You can also say it in league chat if they want. Big league tier 1 right now. There we go. Should be that. Let me just make sure I have um oh hell yeah. One of the league owners, one of the league admins, I'm assuming is a Mexican considering he's talking to me in Spanish. Cabrón, cabrón. ¿Cómo andamos por acá? ¿Cómo andamos por acá? Mi joven, mi joven. All right. Let me split this Discord up so that I can see chat and so I can uh okay. So you can keep an eye on messages in their Discord for any particular pertinent information. Um yeah, should be all good, should be all good. But I am a new face or new voice, not face. You guys don't get to see my beautiful, beautiful black-haired locks of a Mexican. A lot of these guys. Let's see. We're seeing quite a few UK people. Is that? Oh, what is that? What is that flag? I know that. Is it Tobago, Antigua, and Barbados? I don't remember. But we have Ireland. We have UK. We have somebody who's from a different world. US, Germany, Belgium. That's not Argentina. Is that like a Bolivia flag? It's definitely South American, but based on its style. Spark Ashira, that's my sugar daddy. He pays me to commentate for his league. Shameless plug to him. PTRL, Participation Trophy Racing League. Love that man. He's super good, and he races in my tier 1 for my league, FSR. Fridge sucks at racing, so he races Mondays, or he has two tiers. He has two tiers. Both race Mondays at 9, no, 10 p.m. Eastern. I'm pretty sure 10 p.m. Eastern. My league races Sundays, 1 p.m. Eastern, and we're looking to expand it to a tier 2 and potentially um and potentially move into 3 tiers, over time. But mostly looking for tier 2, maybe a couple tier 1 reserves. More UK, Canada, Netherlands. We're seeing a good distribution of countries here. We have a decent distribution in my league as well, but I don't think for this specific grid um as what's the word? I'm losing it. I'm losing it already, and it's already been like 5 minutes. Um, as diverse. There we go. Diverse of a league. Yep, just some people asking for where the comms would be. Just asking if I can just post it in the league chat for those who are interested. I don't want to sit here and I don't know if that would be considered self promo or not for this league. I don't want to ruffle too many feathers. Um, all right, I guess he's saying he'll allow it. www.twitch.tv/LeftFridgeGamer. All right, so we should see we should see some people starting to pop in here. And one thing is post the link in official live streams. Okay, let me also post it in there. www. No, I need the https www.twitch.tv/letfridgegamer. Boom. Tier 1 comms. Alright, should be good, should be good. Okay, and he'll at everybody. Well, I should have copied it the first time I typed it out because I'm having to type it out every single time, but I can type decently fast. Alright, that should be it for that. I'm getting pinged elsewhere. Sparkashira saying that he's gonna get last place. Yeah, don't do that. I believe in you, Hashira. I believe in you. Unfortunate for him that he is having to race on controller. He moved to Italy. He's in the military, and so moving to Italy. Rig is gonna take a little long for it to get there, and so yeah, he's stuck on controller. He started on controller. He's decently okay on controller, but 1,000% faster on his actual wheel rig, as is pretty common for most people. Um, I just need to see. I commentate for so many different leagues now. I get them a little mixed up here. They're saying ready up. Okay. Um, so we should be heading into the lobby here soon. This is their week 1, and I swear I should have written it down. I can't remember what season they're on. Let me see. League announcements. Season 16. I think we are season 16. Season 16. Um, yeah, season 16 for this league. It seems like. What is up, Mr. Shawarma? Woo! Now, let me quick shout out to Shawarma. Shawarma, one of the goats, one of the legends of the F1 community. Why do I say that? He is just an all-around amazing guy. He let me borrow his Lambo. He let me borrow his Hummer. He let me borrow $1 million. I mean, what more can I ask of a guy, right? And he commentates for my league, so I can, there's only so much I can ask of that man. Oops. I should probably respond to my girlfriend. Eee. Shit. Okay, she's definitely gonna be very mad at me. It's been like 3 hours. But what can you do? What can you do? It's fine. It's fine. All right, everything pulled up. You are as well, gang. Let's go. I'm excited, dude. Look, I understand, and when I first joined this league and a different league that are both pretty big, I am coming in with the intention of providing peak commentary, a lot of excitement, whether or not the race is boring, and just full on yap the whole time, full on yap. That's just what I'm able to do. That's what I'm capable of. That is what I do. That is what has made me as popular as I am now across various leagues. But looking to dip my toes into the bigger F1 community if they allow it. If the community likes me, I'll like them back. That's the only condition. If they like me, I like them. I'm just kidding, guys. I like every single one of you. So we are now in the qualifying session. All right. Let's get this stuff up. So telemetry, lap data. You know what? We'll leave telemetry off. I actually prefer to leave a little more room open in the stream. Shawarma saying I am professional yapper. Thank you very much. I would agree. um, but yeah. So that's what I aim to do. It. I know some people like like duo commentary, like two people going back and forth because that's normal. That is the tradition. That is conventional. But look, listen here. This is a video game, and it's not that I don't want to work with people. I love people. I love working with people. It's just the way that I do things, the way that I feel like I can better present my talents as a professional yapper, with ADHD is by myself, so I don't have to worry about stepping on somebody's toes. And I've done it before. I've done it with my good friend Des. We have a Ferrari coming out on track. Not J Root. Yes, it is J Root. I lied. But thank you, Shorm. But yeah, I've worked with Des, and it worked fine. But we just had a good connection. We had a good chemistry as commentators. Even then, though, I didn't feel like I was fully living up to what is the professional yapper uh, um, the professional yapper experience. I wasn't able to fully put out my potential like that, and so I hope maybe after this race here at Baku, whether or not it's exciting, whether or not it's boring, I can at least entertain you guys as best I can, and maybe you guys just accept the way I do things. If not, that's fine. You know, more power to you. It's your league, not mine. I'm just here to do the best job that I can, and so look, I won't step on any toes. If you guys don't like it, you guys don't like it. Fair enough. Fine by me. But so we do have Mr. J Root. Now, I do not know any of these guys. Absolute bums as far as I'm concerned. I'm just joking, guys. I'm just joking. We do have Cac Supreme. We have Sparkashira, the only one that I know personally. T Stiggy, that's a pretty fire name. Mr. Bean. Kobe Plays. I think I've seen that name somewhere. We got a guy named Brian. Tar Heels. I'm a NC State grad, and so it's funny to see somebody who's a fan of the Tar Heels. Did have a quick discussion with him, or he mentioned to me that he actually goes both ways. He likes both men and women. I'm just kidding. That's not what he meant. He meant both ways, as in he likes the Tar Heels, UNC, and he likes NC State. So I think he's only half wrong in who he goes for. But here we go. Flying Lap by Mr. J Root. And super quick, I understand it's turn 1, but I need to turn down the game audio for myself super fast. Almost forgot to do that. There we go. Quick balance. Done. Back. All right, this is perfect. I can actually hear myself. And so, somebody off to the side, letting him through unimpeded. Perfect, 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 perfect. Love to see that. Should be coming into this hard left turn. Oh heck yeah, we've got somebody involved in this PRL community. Sector 1 almost done here shortly, but we have RMZY. I think that's one of the admins. Yes, that is one of the admins. I recognize the name now. Saying that I have come into a great place. They've been going strong since Formula 1 2020, since the COVID era, since the whole technological boom of everybody indoors playing video games. Into the castle. Ooh, fully sent it almost looks like. Very, very good through these very tight technical corners of Baku. But yeah, they're saying RMZY is saying he used to race a lot in this league, tied up otherwise now, but saying he hosts. I enjoy the racing and you guys enjoy the racing, watching the racing from a commentary perspective. So J Root almost done here through the only technical turns left in this lap. I mean, he's the first one out. His sectors are going to be purple. Come on, guys. Going through this S. Full speed, full send, full balls to the walls. Not really dumping his battery just yet. There we go. Just now trying to minimize the amount of battery left to the finish line. What will Mr. J Root finish with? A 139.7. I'm not super familiar with Baku, but let's see what Mr. Sparkashira does on his controller. This will be a good metric for me because I know his pace. Sparkashira, what are we doing? Ew. Current poll is Joe Bidome. Kobe Plays new poll. Let's see. Mr. Bean invalidated lap. J Story will be crossing here shortly, almost at the end of Sector 2. Blue sectors. Blue sectors? I think that's when you're flying, as Sunny Hayes would say. Purple sectors aren't good enough. If you hit blue sectors, that means you're actually him. You are the GOAT. You are the fastest man in the world. That's what they should do. Yarno, whenever he sets fastest lap, all those sectors should be blue. That's what I'm saying. Shawarma, in qualifying here, let me know your stint stats. What do you have for your Baku stint stats? For those of you who don't know Shawarma, he is my go-to Shawarma stint stats guy. He hits me with the different strategies, how long tires at maximum can last, where their ideal window is, and those ideal pit windows for different strategies. J Story near the back of the grid after that qualifying lap. Gortsas, let me see this telemetry real quick. I know I said it's qualifying. Maybe I can keep it on, but seemingly on his hot lap, I think. All right, let's see them SSS, the Shawarma stint stats. Good thing there's 3 S's. If there were 2 S's, we might get into a little bit of trouble with the German in here. I already forgot who it was, but yeah, the German probably should not be repeating SS. He can say SSS. That's an extra S. That extra S is the key difference in him being able to say those 3 letters. But Yeah, I'm always excited to see Shorma in here. Shorma brings the vibes. We'll say he did an okay job commentating for my league earlier, but it was his first one for my league. Just a couple of small technical inconsistencies. Maybe the volume wasn't mixed quite right, but look, he did fantastic. I really appreciate his work, and so thank you so very much to Mr. Shorma. I am terrified. Let me tell you what. I am terrified of this Baku track with what is an almost full grid. Uh, no, Shawarma. No, I didn't. I did do buns. I had the race pace. I wonder what the stats will say from Racing League Tools. What my race pace was, but I was leading the race. I was on a good strategy. I just pit too early, cooked my own strategy just on my own, and so. What can you do? What can you do? But Gortsov's fast enough to go P4. Last two set in a time. Adri. Let me see if I can snipe. Name might be Adrian. Adrian. That's just my guess. That might be a snipe there. But Tar Heels on an outlap. Did he pit? Did he invalidate? And is now on a second stint of softs? Quite possibly. Let's see what race director says. No. Same tire. Maybe I'm just blind. Maybe I am just missing something. But that's fine. That is perfectly fine. Alright, here we go. This should be his hot lap. Let's get a little onboard here. No HUD. Nice, beautiful visuals. Okay, I'm just peeking at my FPS, making sure it stays stable. Some tracks, and I need to write down which ones it is. Some tracks in this game, I feel like it might be the same for everybody. There's just a little bit of an FPS stuttering problem. And I just need to write down which ones they are. Ooh, really close to the wall, but seemingly bring it back under control. Yeah, so it looks like this track may not be an issue, but we'll see later on. Whipping it into the left. Doesn't look like he maintained too much speed through there, really keeping it smooth. But I might be wrong. I'm really bad at Baku. Let me tell you. Oh, excuse me. Let me tell you what. I really suck at Baku, and it's not even the technical aspect. I think the braking just really stresses me out. Pretty good send, losing a little bit of control there in the middle of the castle section. Really pushing these track limits. I would assume that they run strict track limits. I tend to see that most leagues do run strict just because regular can be extremely loose across some tracks, and so I would expect this to be on strict, especially with this being their tier 1 of what is essentially 4 different tiers. I mean, there's Sunday tier 1, Sunday tier 2, midweek tier 1, midweek tier 2, so yeah, so I'll let Shawarma finish displaying his stint stats before I go over them, so as to not stop and start that discussion. But what will Mr. Tar Heels come across with? A 142.5, not very competitive in comparison to the rest of the grid. Kobe plays on an outlap now, has the current pole position lap, only, what is that, like 6 to 7 tenths? You guys hear that? You hear those numbers? Anyways, letting somebody through. Good sportsmanship. Letting through an Alpine Williams, new Williams skin. It looks like. Bruh, blood really just said skin like this is Fortnite. The new livery that dropped this season. But yeah, Kobe Plays current pole lap will be setting out on another hot lap. What is Mr. Kobe Plays capable of? All right, Shawarma almost done. Rusty Oil Can already retiring from the session in 11th. Maybe looking to not use up too many tires there, and just kind of preserve the tire compounds that he has. All right, so what we do have is Shawarma saying that the medium hard strategy, the ideal pit windows are lap 4 to 7, and then pitting again lap 13 to 18. And then if you do a medium hard one stopper, the ideal pit window is 15 to 17. And then the ideal tire life for the softs here at Baku, 1 to 2 laps. You really do not want to be on these soft tires around Baku for any more than that, truthfully. Otherwise, you'll be losing time. Again, circumstances, different special situations, specific scenarios, you may want to push them a little longer. But Will we see any kind of impeding here, or is he going to be able to get a good slipstream from this Williams up ahead? Maybe didn't space himself out enough. He's definitely, yep, that's impeding. But was that guy on a hot lap as well? Questionable. I don't know. I do not know. Oh, oh my God. My balls are in my throat. He almost died. He actually almost got railed from behind like his name is Stormy Daniels. I wonder if you Europeans get that. You might or may not. That's more of a U.S. That's more of a U.S. A U.S. trivia. And to continue on with the strategy, so the medium's ideal life is 4 to 6 laps, hards 7 to 13. Tire wear is extremely high here at Baku. Max tire life, softs 7. So if you absolutely need to be pushing those tires for that long, it would be 7 laps. Mediums 13, hard 17, and then the crossover between the different tire compounds. So he's not on a hot lap. I need to find somebody on a hot lap. No. Yes. CAC Supreme possibly? No, he's on none. I think maybe everybody's just. We have Blitz on an out lap. The Kobe plays teammate. But I don't think anybody currently is on a hot lap. Oh, yes we do. We have Mr. Bean on a hot lap. Here we go. Starting right now. But yeah, so the crossover, so soft and medium become equal after 2 laps. Medium to hard is 4 laps, and then soft to hards is 2 laps as well. So the hards are the king around here. They are the ones to be on, improving by 4/10 to get second in qualifying. 1/10 slower than Joe Bidome. Bidome? Seemingly looks like Mr. Joe Bidome will be getting that P1 position, that pole qualifying position here at Baku. Average tire wear per lap. Ooh, almost forgot that one, Sharma. Almost forgot that one. Let me tell you what, though, guys. During this kind of dead part of qualifying, let me tell you something here. So that McDonald's new, what's it called? The Big Arch. I tried it today for the first time. Am I going to get cancer earlier in life because I ate that burger? Very likely. Very, very likely. But was it good? That is the true question. Before I answer that, last thing for Mr. Shawarma stint stats. Softs, 10% average tire wear per lap. Mediums, 5%, and the hards, 4%. So, mediums and hards, the way to go around here. Unless, ooh, somebody leaving the session. CAC Supreme may need an invite back. Ooh, hitting the wall. Has he received damage? No, he may be fine. But he is on a hot lap. Mr. Gourd Sauce in P4. But yeah, so let me tell you, that big arch, it was a lot of meat. There was a lot of meat on that junk. There was a lot of meat on that burger. They had what is it? Different cheese. Slightly different bun with a little more like sesame seeds, and I forget what the black ones are called. Chia seeds, maybe? No, I don't know. I'm kind of an idiot. He has rejoined. Perfect. What else? What else is on there? Ooh, really cutting that corner tight. No invalidation there. Getting away with it. Into the castle section. Pushing really hard here. What else is on there? 2 patties, some lettuce, some different kind of softened caramelized onions. They're not actually caramelized. They wouldn't take that much effort into an onion, but what else? What else? I think that's it, actually. And then I think it's a special sauce as well. I don't know. I don't know McDonald's like that. Typically, my order at McDonald's is simply either just like a 10-piece nuggets or either a quarter pounder or a Big Mac. And I don't even eat at McDonald's all that often. It's not too bad. So is a 143 good? That's your best, Mr. Shawarma. What are we doing? I'm not gonna lie, that might be my best too. I fucking suck at Baku. But to be fair, I've put a minimal amount of time practicing it. Blitz crossing the line here shortly. Seemingly slower than his fastest lap, so will not be improving it. Oh, is pitting. Okay, that was his in-lap. Some people on out-laps. Let's look at Mr. Kobe Plays out-lap. No, we watched enough of him. Let's look at Ewoot. Is in 5th. Very close behind. So right now we have what? Joe Bidome, a 10th faster than second. Third is 2/10 slower Gordon Sauce fourth is almost, it's like 8/10 slower, almost a second slower than third place. So the front three by far faster than the rest at the moment, but we might see some late minute improvements by these people on their outlaps now as traction has been increasing. Just a few seconds off pace. RB22 and the AMR 26. Yep, sounds about right if you ask me. But look, Shawarma. One thing I know is people can always get better. You can always get better. I mean, just look at me. I'm getting better, and I barely race. It's just understanding things. It's dedicated practice. It's like any other sport. Treat it like a sport. You need to practice if you want to get better, and if you're not practicing, you need to be analyzing. You need to be post-analyzing, pre-analyzing, everything. You know, getting better at something isn't just doing it. You need to have some kind of intention behind it. You're summoned to inevitable doom. You know what? That sounds about right. I'm hoping that we keep things clean here at Baku. I've seen plenty of a disaster around this track and in league racing most specifically. But Iwoot right now, ending Sector 1, is it faster than his first? Yes, it is. 3/10 faster. Looking a lot of... Ooh, kind of unsettling the car there, but looking very confident through these corners right now. Don't worry, these dudes are fast terrorists. Look, man, fast terrorists are more interesting than slow terrorists. So I'm hoping that they are fast if they are terrorists. If they're fast and clean, that's even better. Ooh, going a little bit deep there maybe, but really whipping the car back around into that turn, really pushing those track limits, sticking as close to the wall as he can without dying. So clean murders, if any. Yep, I'm expecting clean murders. Ones that look premeditated, calculated, really pushing these track limits, taking a quick little hop over that curb. Sector 2 split time, what will we see here? 3/10 improvement, a little faster, a little improvement there. So does he make even more improvement? He needs to improve by over a second to take pole. So it's not looking like it, but he can gain some positions. Maybe one, most likely. One position to get into P4, make it onto the second row. Gord saw saying that he has vibrations in his controller. This is going to... Oh, no vibrations. He has no force feedback on his controller. Does improve into P4 on the second row. Who else crossing the line here shortly? T-Stiggy with somebody up in front of him. Looks like a Mercedes. Let's see if a Mercedes makes a jump. Mercedes is jumping one position. That was Nico John. T-Stiggy slower. We have quite a few people coming back across the line. I need to swap to them. We have a Haas. Spark Ashira. Come on, Spark! Come on! I mean, there's only so much I can hope for here. He is on a controller versus what is normally his wheel, but improving by a second. Let's go, Spark. Ah! I gave myself a cramp in my foot. Woo. Okay, we're good. We're good, guys. We're good. I don't know. I don't know about you guys, but so I played soccer in high school, and Mr. Bean! Mr. Bean! Give it to him. Give it to him deep. He is insanely faster than the rest right now with a last-minute qualifying lap. Mr. Bean, the fastest man in this qualifying. Absolutely ridiculous. I mean, what? Expert comedian in a million types of shows. I mean, and now Formula 1 sim racer, and he's just goated. Guys, we cannot let old man Mr. Bean get away with this. We need to do better. I am imploring that you guys do better than this, because look, we have Mr. Bean on pole. He's like, what, 60? Come on, what are we doing? But either way, doing very, very well. We have a Red Bull on pole. Probably will not be seeing that at all for this entire year in real life. 16 people on this grid. This is gonna be a full grid for, or not full, but there's gonna be a very tight race here with so many people out on track at the same time. Ooh, somebody apologizing to T-Stiggy for a potential impeding. Seems like it. No force feedback on his controller, like the opposite of the AMR 26, the Aston Martin car, dude. That is like if you turned up a Mosul wheel to maximum force feedback and then just somehow and then try to control it with your two pinkies. Like, dude, you're gonna fucking break your fingers. You're gonna die. You know, one crash, say goodbye to your family. You're never coming back to them the same way as you were before, but that's fine. Oh, T-Stiggy, fair play, no problem. That's on me. I didn't give you enough space. Dude, look at this camaraderie here. Not even Mosul, like any wheelbase about 2K. Dude, it's like if you got an industrial motor as your wheelbase and you said, let her rip, and all you hear is, You're fucking dead. You're fucking dead. Goodbye to your wrists. Goodbye to your hands. R.I.P. Those Aston Martin drivers. I mean, Fernando, man, Fernando, like, dude. Okay, you can say this is unluckiness, sure, whatever, but like, I think it's past being unlucky at this point. I think it's genuinely just he's fucking cursed. He is cursed. He's just like, no matter where he goes, it's just not gonna be possible. No matter what, and his window's fading. His window is, yeah. Me talking about dying sooner because of that big arch. As Aston Martin is shortening Fernando Alonso's lifespan by like 20 years. Dude could Fernando Alonso right now at his age looks like he's 30. Okay, not physically, but like he's able to drive still competently, you know? He might have been able to live until he was 130 years old. Now, he might not even make it another 5 if he keeps having to drive that vibrator that they call a car. Um Dude, my fingers are itching. I'm also gonna have to run out and get groceries actually. So shawarma, it's a good thing that you weren't able you're not able to do the recap show for my league till later because I do need to get groceries. I do need to do that today. Invite you to the server whenever. What server? This one? This one, shawarma? You want invite to PRL? Let's see how many people are even watching. Okay, I can take care of that later. Several people in here. I actually don't even think this is breaking my record for most live viewers. I might be wrong though. It is very close. Oh fuck. I gotta take it off. Come on. Come on, OBS. What are we doing? Bros viral? Not yet. Not yet. I haven't sent butt pics yet. I haven't done Kim Kardashian style virality yet. So it's coming soon. It's in the works. It's in the works, guys. I just gotta hit a couple more squats, you know. Do a little bit of a better cut to my diet, you know. So just give it a second. Just wait. Just wait. The like what was it? It was like champagne. I forgot what the picture was for, but it was like, you know, I mean, she was the BBL before BBL. You know what I mean? She was like, she set the precedent of BBLs and what their potentials were. When's the OF gonna launch? Who said it hasn't already? Who said it hasn't already? You guys just need to find it. You need to go find it. I'm not gonna give it to you for free. You guys gotta go find it, and then you gotta pay the like $100. This game hates you. I don't know what to tell you, homie. I don't know what to tell you. Some say it might be your internet. Not blaming you, just saying it might be your internet. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. It hates everybody. It's an EA game. So what we have is several people starting out on the mediums. Only one person up near the front, fifth. Oh, you're the guy who's been getting kicked every other while. So are you T Stiggy? No. Who was? Cac Supreme has been getting kicked a lot, and it might. So that might be you, Mr. Tyler. So let's see. These Shawarma stint sets. Everybody's starting on the medium, so potentially everybody will be doing either the one or the two. Hard to tell at the moment, and several people starting on these hards, quite possibly, most likely, very, very, possibly, probably, implausibly. I'm running out of words here, but, um, no, he's fried. He's not fired. He's fried. But, what was I saying? Ooh, I completely lost my train of thought. Oh, I would think that they're expecting safety cars, which honestly is a pretty safe bet here at Baku, with this big of a grid. So can also do hard, medium, medium. What do you think, in your personal experience, Sharma, from what you've seen? What do you think is typically everything taken into consideration here at Baku? You know, safety cars, collisions, as that pylon is murdered. That pylon has been murdered. Everybody, we're gonna have to leave a wake for that pylon. We will meet up in, you know, hour after the race, bury it, give it its proper send off. You know, give it a nice little funeral because it did not deserve that. Please, you know, why must the good ones always die so young? R.I.P. Pylon. So Shawarma saying his personal preference is medium, hard, medium, and I like that. I like ending on the faster tire near the end of the race, because then you have full reins to go full send into corners. You should have tire advantage. Stay on the mediums if safety car happens. Sounds about like what I would do, Mr. Shawarma. So here we go, coming up to the grid, forming up. Somebody lagging really far behind. Not even Tar Heels. It's somebody else. I'm not gonna call him out. We're just gonna leave him back there. They're not Sunny Hayes, by the way. Just letting you guys know that. He's role playing as the movie. This is his movie. We're just living in it. And you know what, dude? I will say though, when I do get McDonald's occasionally, kind of rarely, their Coke and their Sprite. Oh, their Coke just tastes so good. All right, here we go. Couple seconds away from race start here at Baku. Quick lights, quick lights. Reaction time's a little slow, but that's fine. Cutting across immediately is this Haas. Oh no, it's the Red Bull. I don't even know. I'm blind, but clean. We are clean through turn 1. Can we be clean through turn 2? That's what really matters here. Oh, people going into the runoff, but we are clean so far. Let's go, guys. I'm proud of you. I am so proud of you all. You guys kept it clean, but can we keep it clean for the rest of the race is the real question. CAC Supreme dropping several positions. Sparkashira still in 10th. Mr. Bean still our race leader. Ewoot. Was it Ewoot that lost those positions? No, everybody's still in the same positions as when they started this race at the moment near the front of the pack. Several people very, very close together. We're going to see the traditional Baku train forming, and can people keep it safe? Because, you know, you're going to have to adjust your braking zones with so many cars braking ahead of you. It's like traffic, you know? Somebody up ahead brakes really hard, and it's just a wave through the whole line, through the whole train. Seemingly, everybody's still very much in control. Dude, I'm impressed with these tier 1 drivers. Maybe that's what you see in these bigger leagues, in their higher tiers. Several very competent, very experienced, very level-headed drivers. As we can see, they're almost all hitting the exact same line through that last turn. Well, not last turn. Second to last turn before we get into an essentially full speed section. But this is where the racing truly begins. We have all decompressed from the initial lap, and DRS will be active for the second DRS straight. So this is where the real racing begins. We see a gap of a second between 4th and 5th, so no DRS there unless they make it up in this braking zone into turn 1. Can we keep it clean through turn 1 once again? Yes, we can. This time, instead of the full 16 cars, just 4 cars, and then some more cars directly behind. Gortas back within that DRS range is, making it up that lost time. Will be getting the DRS. We are in a extremely long DRS train all the way down to 12th place. Rusty Oil Can a little bit too far behind. We do see a fake from the Haas, from the V-Carb. A fake from the V-Carb. Fainting that inside, hitting with a little step over. Like, oh, you think I'm going this way? Psych! I'm still behind you. Biding his time, being very, very patient here. Shawarma, are you seeing this, dude? This isn't cinema just yet. This is just lap 2. It's not quite cinema yet, but this is very riveting gameplay. This is very riveting racing at the moment. Very, very close, dude. Very, very capable of, adjusting his braking zones just enough to stay very, very close. He's not hitting that kind of like, okay, you know what? Shut up. Shut up, Shawarma. What do you mean? But yeah, these front 3 very capable of driving in very, very close proximity, front to back with other drivers. That is something that I do need a little more practice on. I need to give myself just a little bit more of a buffer zone to prevent incidents. It's just, I'm not that experienced in this game. This is my first Formula 1 game. I started, I didn't even become a fan of Formula 1 until around November of last year. So super awesome to see how big and how awesome this community is and can be. Now, every single gaming community has their toxic people, has their toxic places, everything. It's just impossible. It's a way of life. Mr. Bean being overtaken into turn 1. Can that move? We are good. Mr. Bean staying ahead still, defending his position. So barely any position changes near the front. I lied! Joe did overtake. I'm stupid. Mr. Bean slipping, not coming up. Mr. Bean in second now. Oh, this is a tight battle for first place here. Swapping back positions. This is exciting. Another feint in almost the same location. A turn later than the last time, but getting a slow exit. The McLaren looking to take advantage of his slow exit, but just not able to. Defended well by the V-Carb. Taking up the track, not blocking him, not defensive, illegal moves, just kind of disrupting his flow. See how they don't spin out on turn 3 exit? So many toxic bums. Yeah, dude, it's you know, it's just a way of life. There's always gonna be toxic people, and so best thing you can do is just, you know, not give them the time of day. Find your people, find the people that accept you for you, and you know, there's too, there's too many people in this world, um, for you to not have a community somewhere. And so that's what's super awesome about like online games and all that. It's so much easier to find people like you. Fridge could never erase this claim for more than half a lap. Shawarma, what is this constant hate? I'm ready to fire you, Shawarma. Or you know what? Better yet, you're going to have to commentate for me and do it unpaid. How about that, Mr. Shawarma? How about that? You tell me what you think of that. Still, very, very few positions being exchanged. Still an extremely long DRS train from first to 8th now instead of 10th. But Sparkashira keeping it close. Oh my god. Sparkashira being overtaken up the outside. Hashira defending the inside, giving him just enough room. Not able to defend it though. Sparkashira slipping out of points into 11th. Oh, wait, hold on. A little bit of shawarma glaze. This is new. I've never seen this before. Saying I have a massive schlong. They call it the Frankenwort. Or no, Frankenwort? Like bratwurst? You know what? Frankenwurst. I don't know. Forget I said anything, man. Another position exchange here. The Williams getting ahead of Ewout the Haas. Gord Sauce looking to make up for what was a potentially disappointing qualifying session to, you know, carry on and improve it with race pace. Gain positions by or via race pace. You're the toughest Mexican I know? No. The toughest Mexican that I know is my dad. Let me tell you what, he is one of the absolute awesome, most awesome people out there in the universe, dude. Absolute saint of a man. I am who I am because of him and, you know, my mom, but mostly because of my dad. You know, just exemplary role model. And I don't know what I would do without my dad. I really don't. And I don't know how people look how beautiful this looks, by the way. Just, you know, just to throw that out there super quick. Look at these Baku camera angles. But dude, you know, I feel for all the people who don't have either a good male role model. Doesn't have to be your dad, just a good male role model if you're a male, obviously. Even if you're a female, you need both. You need both parents to really fully maximize. Good parents, both good parents to really maximize. But look, man, I feel for the people who grew up without a dad, who grew up without a good male role model, and then the opposite side, who didn't grow up with a mom, didn't grow up with a good female role model, because we need a little bit of both, right? Brian B overtaking the Haas of Ewout. Ewout now dropping 2 positions from the start of the race. Maybe we should get some of this mid of the pack battle, because that is where the battling is actually bearing fruit of overtakes. But yeah, man, dude, let me tell you what, I know it sucks, and it's a little bit of a privilege to have good parents, because not everybody has that. Look at that Mexico flag back there. Hello! Wait, hello! But yeah, so I really look up to my dad, dude. I wish to even begin to live up to the human being that he is. But yeah, ooh, tapping the wall, it seems like there by Ewout. But yeah, I think I need to stop the dad glaze, because, you know, I can feel it beginning to be a little emotional, you know, for me, because I love my dad, dude. But yeah, so that is enough of that. Enough of that dad tangent. Everybody's starting to spread out. It seems like Mexico mentioned. Goya, Goya, si se puede. Oh, he spun out. No. No, Ewout! Ewout, not a fan of Mexico, it seems like. I'm not saying he's racist, but he spun out as soon as they started chanting in Spanish. What does that say about Mr. Ewout? What does that say about Mr. Ewout? I'm just kidding, Mr. Ewout. Very unfortunate. Sorry to distract you like that, but wow, that is DRS train over just like that. J Root now in a close battle with T Stiggy. T Stiggy, the Aston Martin, J Root, the Ferrari. But yeah, si se puede, ra ra ra. That is kind of it for the battles. There is Rusty Oil Can fighting in 11th, trying to get ahead of Spark Ashira, who is within the RS range of the kick, so a 3-way train at the moment. Si se puede. Shawarma, multilingual, very cultured, Very, very cultured. This gap here between J-Root and T-Sticky growing and growing. That battle is essentially over unless J-Root makes some kind of a magical moment here. Iwoot retiring, it seems like. Unfortunate from Iwoot. Not happy about that. I guess let's come down here. Let's look at some of these positions down here. Nobody pitting yet, so let's look at the tires. Hards would not be pitting yet. Mediums should be considering pitting at some point soon. Maybe if they're doing a 2-stop. 1-stop will need to stay out for a little longer. Very, very close here. Rusty Oil Can is gaining a lot of time on Mr. Sparkashira. Sparkashira with somebody up ahead of him. Hell yeah, I know. Cállate. Oh, okay. So here's how it's supposed to be, Shawarma. So it's supposed to be cállate with a C. Cállate el hocico, pinche puta. And to be completely honest with you, nobody would ever say that. If anybody ever said that, we would know that they don't actually speak Spanish. What I hear a lot more is aplácate, which is more like it's either shut the fuck up, depending on the context. But two people heading into the pits, several people heading into the pits, just like I predicted. Most of these should be medium runners. Yes, these are medium runners switching onto the hards now. I love seeing the pit angle whenever they come into the pit, like that little thing. So Rusty Oil Can on the hards has made up some positions artificially through pit strategy. But yeah, so it's cállate el hocico is one word. Hocico is one word because that means muzzle, essentially. Rusty Oil Can now overtaking Spark Hashira in 4th on those hards. Spark Hashira also on those hards. No, he is on medium, so will have the entire advantage at the moment. Rusty Oil Can is hard. Shit, he might be. He's made his way up into 4th now from, what is that, 11 positions from near the back of the grid pretty much. So he is now up at the front. He's definitely hard in that cockpit right now, seeing how he's doing so well. Iwoot, well, that was a waste of time. No, Iwoot, no. It was not. You gotta learn from that little time that you were there. What did you do well? What did you do not well? What did you do okay? It's part of racing. You got to be able to analyze objectively after the race. Maybe not immediately after when emotions are still running high, but look, every race is a learning experience. Every single time you get out on track, you can learn something. So look, might have been it's purely the tire wear. Yeah, that sounds about that sounds about right. Around Baku, dude, that sounds about right. But we have Audrey catching up to Sparkashira up ahead. 60%. Where? What were you doing to your tires? Here's a genuine question. Were you running any kind of traction control? That is my first and initial question. We should see Audrey here gaining a position now on Joe Bidome, actually rocketing through the two of them. Adri making up a position here. No. I don't know. I don't think that sounds like a good ratio, 10 to 60%. But I'm not a Baku expert. Shawarma, do you have any analysis on that? Kobe plays now ahead of Sparkashira. Sparkashira really losing out on positions right now on those very old mediums. I'm curious to know if he's trying to go for a medium. Yeah, I mean that's my only guess. It has to be just crazy wheel spin, but it's almost inevitable here through some of these slow exits. Sorry, I'm just getting some notifications from incident reports on my league. We finished our race like an hour and some ago. Tried everything already? I don't know, man. Only this track? It very well might be those exits that are just really cooking tires. Or what's your brake bias at? That can make a huge difference on tire wear. No battles really, except for Audrey battling with Kobe Plays up ahead of him. Same thing with T Sticky battling with Brian B in the Alpine. 54-100? Yeah, I don't know then. There's obviously something that's not being done correctly, right? No disrespect to you, Mr. But that objectively speaking, from facts, something is going wrong. Just don't know what it is, and it might just be inputs, telemetry inputs. Just looking at those and seeing what you're doing differently to others, and it might also just be a lot of dirty air too. Anti-roll bar would make a huge difference. You can get a lot of snap. Oh, I shouldn't have moved. Rusty Oil Can here. We'll be getting to the RS. Is he close enough to Kobe Plays with enough battery? Ooh, Kobe Plays has more battery. choosing to sit behind him and collect battery at the moment, biding his time, being patient. But yeah, that anti-roll bar can give you a lot of snap, a lot of control into corners, but it does wear the tires out a lot because you're doing a lot more of transitional sliding side to side, and that heats up the tires a lot with the friction between the wheels and the track. Um, Battle kind of over. Rusty Oil Can really putting a big gap on Adri, but not really gaining time on Kobe Plays up ahead. Spark Ashira is very close to T Stiggy up ahead. Is he still on the same tire? Yes, he is. He is still on old mediums. Oh man, Mr. Bean also on old mediums and seemingly gaining or holding that time advantage over Gord Sauce in second at the moment. Spectacular to say the least. Impressive even, I would say. He is gaining time on Gord Sauce. Mr. Bean looking like the clear favorite as it stands right now in this moment to win this race. It is still very early in the race, not even halfway through, so a lot can happen, especially in such a tight street circuit like Baku, Azerbaijan. How many of you even know where Azerbaijan is? How many of you know where Baku is? Azerbaijan, a little bit of a... I'm not going to say it's an obscure country, because it's not, I don't think. But it's actually Baku City. Oh, my bad, homie, my bad. But yeah, how many of you know where Azerbaijan is? And then what do you call somebody? So somebody from Mexico is a Mexican. Somebody from the U.S. is an American. What do you call somebody who's from Azerbaijan? Gortsov's going into the pits, pitting off of Hards after 9 laps. Gonna call the Azerbaijans? Nope, you're only missing a letter there. Azerbaijan people go by Azerbaijani. They are Azerbaijani. With several people going to the pits. Sticky now chasing Brian B up ahead. A lot of movement because of these pits. The grid, the field right now, packed close enough together that, you know, one pit stop, you lose several positions. Yeah, Mr. Shawarma, it is Azerbaijani. Now, what is the capital of Azerbaijan? Can I even remember? I don't think I can remember. I used to be a massive geography nerd. I still really do like geography, but look, odds are Mexicans across the world all have a touch of Spanish DNA in them. It's just a part of the fact, you know. It's just the way history happened, the way history went. Very few people would be very traditional Mexican DNA. You know, you'll have a good amount of it. Side to side battle here through this fast section of the track. Nobody getting a clear advantage. Going into the harsh braking zone, wheel to wheel, space given. Winner is Joe Biden. Joe Biden getting ahead of Blitz now into second place. What is the tire advantage here? He is on the hards. Mr. Bean will have to pit at some point. Probably not, I don't know. He has a lot of time left behind him, even on those old mediums. And so, you know, he can kind of just wait. He is pitting now, but he's about to come out of the pits. Not even that far behind the rest, it seems like. He's really managing his tires, his pace. Everything is just going exceptionally well for Mr. Bean from start to finish at the moment. Joe Biden, the current race leader. We all got Adam and Eve DNA in us. Preach, Mr. Shawarma, preach. But Biden now our not true race leader, but current race leader as where's he at? Mr. Bean in third, 4.5 seconds behind the rest of the front runners, which is honestly, that is nothing. That is very little time to make up on those fresher tires. He is on the hards. Will he make them last the rest of the race? I think it's very possible. May very well be making that one-stop work. I think that was the pit window for the mediums onto the hards for that one-stop strategy. And then in comparison, tires, yeah, they will have 4 laps older tires. Kobe Plays and Joe Biden. Now, looking at teams, no one team doing particularly better than the rest. Maybe the McLarens, they have somebody in second and in eighth. Yeah, everything else is pretty distributed across the board. See, like Joe Biden leading the race right now. His teammate is in 11th, not in points yet. We talked about the McLaren, Red Bull right now. Third place, Mr. Beam. the current favorite to win the race, and then Tar Heels in last at the moment. Alpine, only one. He is in fourth. Aston Martin, same thing, only one. Williams, his teammate is out of points. Ferrari, only one. We talked about the McLarens, and then the only kick, and then the two Mercedes, only one of them in points. So, I mean, not really exceptional team positions here between the McLarens, but look like the to gain the most constructors points here in this first race. Sigma Ballsacks. Wait, hold on, guys. I say we give him a chance here. I say we hear him out. I think he may be onto something. Every position has points here. Ooh, that spices things up. So does that mean last place gets like 1 point? Is that how you guys scale it? That is very, very interesting. Get mad at me all you want. Maybe I should have studied up. But look, I commentate for like 5 to 6 leagues at this point. Some of them paid, some of them don't. So, and then between practicing for racing in my own league, as well as admitting that league, just a million different things. So, okay, Shawarma, that's enough out of you. We have a battle here. Gourd Sauce, 5 tenths, 6 tenths, almost 7 tenths now behind of the Alpine of Brian B. Oh, my lord. I hate that I said that. We are seeing some battles forming here as these tire compounds start to hit that crossover point. Yeah, freedom of speech is pretty fire. Let me tell you what. This Williams looking like outpacing the Alpine of Brian B up ahead, and will need to look at the best time to make his move, make his overtake as clean as possible without losing as much time, without risking his life as much, his virtual life. Even if he dies in game, what's gonna happen to him in real life? He gets mad. Oh, whoop-de-doo. But yeah, we have a little bit of a train going on here. Gourd Sauce on the mediums does have the tire advantage, but not for long, as we discussed earlier with Shawarma Stint Stats, that the crossover point between the mediums and the hards was, what, like 5 laps? So, not very much. So, he would not slime me in real life. I'm him. Anyways, Gourd Sauce overtaking Brian B, now in 4th. Looking to separate from them would be, a little bit of a spinny exit, but keeping it under control into turn 2. Any more battles? Any more battles? Nothing as close as this at the moment. So let's get these tires off the screen. And you know what? Let's get a nice little POV here. Alright, hold on. Press the wrong one, so it's this way. There we go. Let's get some nice POV battling here. This is the 3rd car in this train. I think. Ooh, yeah, there's 4 of them, but these 3 the closest together. Bro doesn't have a 24-karat gold AK-47 in a secret taco box. I mean, yeah, I don't know anybody who does. But these 3 locked in a battle right now for what is P5. Kobe Plays is catching up to Joe Bidome, but what really matters here is Mr. Bean has already made up a lot of time on the front too. Cax Supreme has retired from the session. DNF, we will have a safety car. Ooh, a little bit of, not brake checking, but a little bit of harsh braking there. We are under safety car. What will this do to the grid? How will people respond? Mr. Bean, this is, I think, absolutely perfect for him. He has the freshest tires of anybody on this track, excluding Blitz, but he's on hards. This is perfect for Mr. Bean. He can prolongate the stint of those hards, and he won't have to worry about managing them as much because of the safety car. Yes, it's perfect for everybody that's hard right now. It's only half perfect for me. I'm not fully, I'm not fully hard. I'm more of a medium guy right now. But what is up, Chronico? Woo! Chronico now hopping into the stream. Also one of the great people that I know. He runs his own league, Chronic Racing League. Quick little shout out for him as we are under safety car. Geared a little more towards not casual people, but Kobe Plays and Mr. Bean pitting. Interesting. Mr. Bean seeing that there's a big enough gap, and everybody else pitting as well. But yeah, Chronico, like I was saying, not casual, but more of a beginner intermediate league, to give people somewhere safe to better their racecraft, better their pace, learn from each other. Same-minded people, kind of, more laid back. Same thing with FSR. I think our grade is just a little bit more competitive, and so, emotions flare a little more as people have higher expectations, higher, whatever, right? Higher stakes. But same thing. We both try to, what we're really doing first and foremost, is building a awesome community of awesome people, right? That is priority number one. That is the most important thing. If you have a toxic community, doesn't matter how good the racing is, it will not last. Unless it's like a weird toxic like dependency issue, but that's that's neither here nor there. But yeah, so definitely if maybe tier one of this league isn't the target demographic, but still, same thing. If you know somebody or whatnot, or if you're still interested regardless, FSR, Fridge Sucks at Racing, otherwise known as Fridge's School of Racing, and then Chronico Racing League. I also let's just go with the whole list here. So PTRL, that's Spark Ashira's league, 2 tiers, very competitive, money on the line as well. They put up a money pot for drivers championship standings, and I think constructors as well as let's see here, Scrub Racing. I know them, also same thing. They're a little more intermediate to beginner to intermediate to slightly faster members. PRL, you guys know Abraxas. That's my boy Derek Gonzalez. That's a wide range of skill. You go from kind of not so fast to pretty fast, like SKG fast, and then we have Rapid Racing League, a little bit smaller. That's owned by Midge. Exactly, PTRL, the first league to ever pay me to commentate, and I very much appreciate them. Not the first league to let me commentate. That was HNN, which is now under the ULC umbrella. Gotta shout my boy Des out as well. Just Des, he does his own commentating for his league. He runs his league. It's more of a coalition, but ULC another one. And then I think that's it. I think that is pretty much it that I'm directly involved in currently. As far as commentary. But yeah, we will most likely see quite a few more laps of the safety car. Now, Mr. Bean, I guess his thinking here is he knows he's faster. Even if he chose to stay out and wasn't first, he'd have slightly used tires versus brand new tires. So his thinking most likely is, I want equal footing because I know 1,000% on equal footing I am outpacing them, and so that's most likely his thinking there. Choosing to play it safe, make sure his tires do last to the end of the race without having to worry about managing them. The medium runners may struggle to end the race on those tires, but the people behind them on used hards, so maybe not. What is that clip? I don't even know what that is. I don't want to click it so I don't pause the game, but I guess I will. We're under safety car. I clicked the wrong thing. All right, what is this? What are we looking at here? And I got a virus. I'm just kidding, Shorma. What is this clip? I guess that is what he that's what he walked into. Oh man. No, it was super short, Chronico. Yeah, that's what you walked in on. Watch that clip. That's exactly what you came into. And you guys catch that? I'm so comedically. I'm stupid. I genuinely cannot speak. You know what? Forget I was gonna say anything. I was gonna say I'm like a comedic genius and I can come up with jokes without even realizing it, but nah, I'm just stupid, guys. Don't even listen to me. Yeah, Mr. We got safety car here, kind of chilling. So far, has been a pretty exciting race. Very fast, very competent drivers here at Baku. Yep, might need to go into the Clips Hall of Fame. I don't know, Chronico. There's some tough competition. We have some wild clips from some of my streams. Yeah, there's never a bad moment. There's never a bad moment in my streams. I'm just kidding. There's some boring races here and there, but look, I do my best, man. I do my best to keep people entertained. So, I mean, I have opinions on a million different things, and not even on things that matter. I have more opinions on things that really don't matter, as compared to things that I have opinions on that do matter. See, like politics, don't care for it. I don't want to get involved in all that. That's just too much of a headache. I have my values. I have my ideals. That is as far as that goes. Politics, I don't care for. We should see the safety lap or safety car come in this lap, as everybody has caught the safety car queue. These front runners will be starting on fresh hards, essentially, very little wear. Same thing with those medium guys. So first to 8 should be able to outpace the people behind them pretty, uh, not easily, but pretty quickly is what I'll say. They should be able to kind of outrun them, unless Sparkashira, Oil Can, those guys just have insane pace. But yeah, I have a million opinions on food. I have a lot of opinions um, like, well, yeah, food, but cuisine. I don't even know. I don't even know what I have opinions on. I just have opinions on a million different things. What goes on pizza? Oh god, dude, I'm not even hungry and I'm thinking about food. What is wrong with me? I'm a fat ass. All right, safety car should be coming in this lap. Yes, it is. Yes, yes, it is. All right, let's see how well we can maintain the safety car restart. Some people struggle with it. Some people struggle with the safety car restart, especially in the lead. Some people just don't know how to really manage the restart. All right, nice consistent speed right now from the race leader, Joe Bidome. Everybody else in a queue behind. Letting the safety car enter the pits entirely. Do I have a favorite cuisine? Italian is a little cliche, but it's where I learned how to cook. I'm a traditionalist, dude. Learning how to cook in Italy sounds like the absolute best thing. Did you even read the caption on the clip? No, what was the caption on the clip? We are off to the races, though, so let me get back to you guys as we have everybody hurling themselves at full speed over 300 kilometers an hour into turn 1. Can we keep it clean into turn 1 once again? Everybody bunched up. Can we be clean? Can we be clean? Can everybody keep their egos in check going into turn 1 and turn 2? Yes, we can. Nobody making any kind of silly errors. Nobody's making any kind of... Oh, I lied! Somebody's dead! He's dead. He's being drugged like a sack of potatoes. He's done. Ski. It was a Alpine, I think. No! Oh, wait. Is there enough? I didn't see any damage. Is he okay? Was he able to recover? I don't know. I don't know. But, yes, we do have a gap forming from the front. Oh, it might have been a Williams and not an Alpine because Gordsauce has dropped like a rock, like an anvil falling off a cliff, like Wile E. Coyote whenever Roadrunner pulls out the floor from under him. But these three in the front right now, big separation between them and T-Sticky. And fourth, T-Sticky with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cars in his wake, looking to make up more moves. Sparkashire up in 8th, Rusty Oil Can up in 7th from what was the back of the grid. Mr. Bean will want to make a move here soon or till the very end of the race, but was leading the race, does seem to have the highest race pace, and so looking to take this win. Okay, so to get back to you, Chronico, my favorite cuisine has to be Mexican because that's what I grew up on. You know, same thing with you. You know, you learned to cook in Italy. For me, I just grew up with my mom's cooking. She would cook every single day for the most part. And so it has to be Mexican, dude. It's what I know, and it's what my taste buds have evolved around, you know? DRS now enabled. Will not see it until the second straight. Jay Story, very, very close to Sparkashire up ahead. Will he make a move up into the inside of turn 1 or the outside? Kind of swerving, making Hashira think he's going to make something happen, but does not. Maybe on this exit? No, he will not. Turn 2, also uneventful. Yeah, dude, it's just, I mean, it's also like genetic predisposition as well, you know? Yeah, no good Mexican food in South Florida. I would believe there is, but I actually think it's definitely more Puerto Rican, Dominican food, just more of that Caribbean influence. Chronico walks in on Fridge while he's partially hard and Fridge starts beating it. That is true. That did happen. Mr. Bean losing out on a lot of time of the two front runners. Jay Root outpacing Rusty Oil Can. So now Jay Root in a 3-car battle for 4th with T-Sticky and Brian B. Oh, Southwest is another big place. You know, that proximity to Canada or even Texas. Kind of sandwiched in between there. Yeah, that's definitely a good spot. I don't know if I can speak about the region at large, but so I'm from North Carolina. I'm from kind of the South, not like the deep South, but from the South of the United States. And there are just so many Mexicans, so many Mexican communities. It's just crazy. and it's awesome because when people think of the South in the U.S., the stereotype is that it's pretty racist, and it might very well be. I don't know. I mean, well, I do know it kind of is, but it's it's really not that bad. At least not where I grew up, not where I lived. It was a lot of diversity where I lived, and so it was super awesome. Brian B very close behind T Stiggy, still battling it out with J Root and T Stiggy. Three-way battle, defending and attacking at the same time. Very stressful position to be in for Brian B. Kobe plays, trying to keep up with Joe Bido. Mr. Bean slipping away from the front two. Those two outpacing him at the moment. Um, Near the back, we have some battling going on between Adri Gordsauce, Jay Story, and Nico John. We are racist. Oh my god. You closer to the coast or mountains? Well, I grew up in the dead smack middle of North Carolina, pretty much. But right now, I'm more East Coast. Not even North Carolina. I'm Virginia currently. But we'll be moving to North Carolina, closer to my work. So that, I have an hour commute, which isn't great, but gotta work, gotta make money. Gourd sauce is pretty close here. You have to call them battles because they're close to each other, but really no moves being made, no overtakes being made from what I can see anywhere up and down the grid as we are reaching the final laps, the final, the the final, not junction, but the final crossroads of what is this race. Will be 7 laps left after they cross the finish line here shortly, and this is where it really comes down to it. This is where it is make or break for your race results. Can Mr. Bean find his pace again and regain the lead of this race where he was for so very long, fighting out with, who was it? Joe Biden for quite a while, and now Joe Biden well ahead of Mr. Bean at the moment. A second and a half, a second and 6/10 ahead of him. Joe Biden, people in the pits, 2 people in the pits seemingly taking damage, it seems like, or their tires are just gone. Their tires are just cooked. Yeah, I guess his tires just were not going to last, and so choosing to do this last stint on mediums with the last 7 laps of the race to see if he can make up time, but it really does not seem like he can make up enough time to gain several amounts of points. So where is Donald Trombone? Fuck if I know, bro. I don't know what he's doing half the time. Tar Heels retiring from the session. DNF! Huge brake check from this Alpine up ahead of Brian B on T Sticky. T Sticky barely avoiding any kind of catastrophe. We have yet another safety car. Guys, what are we doing? I'm just kidding. Oh no! Mr. Bean race over. This late in the race to get a drive-through penalty is that's race ending. Not race ending. That is win ending. There is no realistic possibility of him possibly winning, and what kind of sucks is that Hashira and Oil can both just pit. Now, if this safety car is nice and short, won't be too bad for them because they won't get that free pit stop as opposed to the rest of the grid, but they would get to hold on to positions over people that do pit, which should be pretty much everybody, I think. But maybe them two feeling a little hard done by. What will we have here? What will we have here? Nobody pitting. Okay, interesting. Everybody electing to stay out. Elongate the stint of these tires. Oh, excuse me. Fridge, talk about a childhood memory. Let me think of one. That's a very good one. I did really much enjoy my childhood. J Root on softs. J Root has switched onto the softs. The only person to pit through the safety the safety car through the moment or at the moment. A childhood memory. Let me think. Where do I pick one? Ooh, Gortsauce also pitting. 4 people pitting near the back of the grid, looking to gain positions on the used tires of the people ahead on hards. Do have the opportunity to, and because of that, this safety car may take us to only 3 to 2 laps of racing. Will the front runners, not even front runners, but will the front 7 react to the back of the field pitting, or will they be happy to stay in their spots? I mean, Baku, tight street circuit, don't need to have the most amount of traction, just need to have the race IQ to block, not dirty block, but just kind of put your car in exactly the right spot to where they have to make a godsend of a move to really gain anything on you. Childhood memory, childhood memory. Well, how young are we thinking, Shawarma? I've been on this earth for 25 years. How, what age range of a memory? Because there's just so much for me to go through. So many memory bank. Ooh, T Sticky losing force feedback on his controller. Mission critical. 12 years old. Ooh, both of you agreeing. All right, so that'd be like, you know what? Let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. Awkward preteen year. I Oh man, dude, that's actually such a great point of time for everybody. Honestly, that's just such a volatile time. But let me tell you what, this is how it is. Elementary school, maybe around fourth to fifth grade, maybe around third grade, I ballooned in weight, and I don't know why. I really don't know why. I didn't play sports, but I was decently active. I played outside with my cousins. I played outside with this, did all that. So I just ballooned in weight, and at that young of an age, you don't really you don't really internalize like body image. And if you do, it just extra sucks for you guys or for whoever does because at such a young age, that's so traumatizing even for people. But yeah, so I didn't really feel super self-conscious. I felt like, oh yeah, I'm kind of fat. That's not great, but like I don't know. I wasn't really bullied for it. Maybe just like just normal kid teasing, honestly. But that's just I felt like that was pretty normal. I think going into middle school, still a little overweight, not as overweight, but still, not super athletic. Um, and even in elementary school, just in whatever classes I was in, just not too many Hispanic kids in my classes, and so, apart from being a little fat, and then being kind of the odd one out, where there just wasn't too much to relate to with other kids because I grew up pretty poor. Um, Even up until my college days. Like both my parents came to the U.S. And they even in Mexico they were poverty. They were poor. I mean they would eat like salt in their tortillas as their lunch. I mean like we're talking poverty, but yeah. So there was just very little that I could relate to a lot of other kids. I had a couple friends, but really not like a best friend where you just really feel connected to each other. We may have safety car in this lap as everybody's bunched back up, so I need to kind of hurry this up. But yeah, it was like it's not even a story. It was just my own experience during those years. Um, Heading into middle school, I did make friends, and so it was awesome to kind of transition and butterfly cocoon kind of like metamorphosis into not what I am right now. That took a lot longer, but actually like opening up because I was pretty funny, I guess. Apparently, people thought I was funny. I just didn't know truly how to socialize to that extent, to be the funny guy, to be the entertainer. So it was a lot of finding out. Okay, sure. No, sure. But we should have race restart here soon. But yeah, dude, all I can say to people through my own life experiences is that, look, you don't know who you are until you've lived life, and so just be okay with who you are. Heading into turn one, can we keep it clean? Can we keep it clean? We're clean. Turn two, we have yet another turn. Turn two, can turn two be clean? Seeing a little bit of movement up and down the grid as Nico John has lost some positions. I think we're clean. No, there's collisions. Somebody at the very back, Adri seemingly hitting the wall, taking damage. Mr. Bean with a 3-second time penalty will be crucial for his race. Whatever, Sharma. But yeah, like, you just gotta live with what you've got. You gotta live with who you are. Don't deny yourself happiness just because you feel like you're different to people. You can find those people who accept you for who you are, and learn to accept yourself. I still struggle with that to this day. Oh, he's making a late tight move, and he's into the wall. I don't know. That's an incident. That's a crazy incident there. Oh my lord, that was very risky to stick his nose in there. I'm just a commentator. I don't want to get into the whole deal of who's at fault, but that did not look great from my point of view. Right now, Joe Biden really pulling ahead of Kobe Plays in second. Um, that is insane. But yeah, I mean, it's okay to struggle. Uh, you know, reach out to people. Everybody has somebody that cares for them. But yeah, so back to this race as we have 3.5 laps, not even 3.5, pretty much just 3 laps left in this race. The lead will come down to the final lap, it seems like, as Kobe Plays has caught back up to Joe Biden, will have DRS. Not for this straight, it seems like, burning his entire battery to just get back in the DRS range, and Joe Biden harvesting that battery. Mr. Bean pitting, seemingly taking damage. Not great for Mr. Bean. Not great at all. T Stiggy very close behind of Brian B, all on the same tire compound, all the same age. J Root possibly blitz on the softs, has gained a position on J Story. Gord Sauce, J Root also maybe, no, he's kind of getting blocked. Oh, taps to Aston Martin in the back, but very minor collision, very minimal incident there. Oh man, this is crazy fighting here in the last couple laps. What are you yapping about, Shoreman? J Root very close behind. It is now 3 soft runners that have overtaken a lot of people that were on the hards. So, moral of the story here is, I guess it's better to be soft at the very end than it is to be hard. I don't know how that works, but hey, objective facts, objective facts. J Root definitely, yeah, all these soft runners definitely have way more grip than the rest as he makes his move up the inside. But the Williams taking advantage of their battling. Not quite indeed. He's not Lewis Hamilton. He is just another driver. He is just Gord Sauce. But these soft runners, antsy to gain these positions as they do have the pace, they have the grip, they have the traction to make moves on these guys on the used hard tires who elected to stay out, hold on to their grid position when they very much could have pitted and stayed in their position as well. But hindsight is 2020, as they say. Brian B also getting a lot of time on Kobe Plays up ahead of him. Oh, this is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy battling to the very end here. Like, what am I supposed to say? Brian B is on an island right now, stuck with 0 battery, doing the absolute most to get ahead, but just not able to. J Root utilizing the softs to get ahead, losing it a little bit on the exit, maybe losing that position that he did work so hard to gain. So, you know, feeling a little bit of frustration build up as he is not able to get ahead of these old men on these old hard tires. But itching, feinting, left, right, bobbing, weaving, ducking, rolling, just everything possible to get ahead, spinning out a little bit there, but able to keep it under control. A Red Bull into the pits and has DNF'd. Oh my god, J Root being overtaken by Brian B. This Brian B guy is not scared to make a move. The Ferrari taking up the inside. Oh, there's been a collision! There's been death! Oh no! J Root, his entire run on those softs has ended, but Gord Sauce now in 4th, taking advantage of that incident. Able to survive through it, able to drive through the chaos surrounding him, is now in 4th place. Oh my god, he's losing it, dude. His tires are already cooked. No way. Short shifting on some of these, into some of these gears to preserve tire life, it seems like, or even save fuel. I'm getting pinged in my server. Hold on, guys. I'm almost done. I'm almost finished. I'm getting edged by these drivers. We're seeing battles going down into the last 2 laps of the race. 1.5 now. It looks like Joe Biden will run away with the win, but 2nd place is still very much in the air here as Kobe Plays and T Sticky on the hards are fighting it out, both on similar battery levels. It'll come down to the last lap of this race for 2nd place as Joe Biden has run away with it. As long as he keeps it clean, doesn't even need to push. Now T Sticky up ahead, Gord Sauce in 4th. Kobe Plays, no, he never got up ahead actually. The McLaren taking up the inside, but T-Sticky now ahead, better exit, going into turn 2, side by side. Oh, the Aston Martin going wide and into the wall. Do we not have, we may not have damage here. Interesting, but Gord Sauce now, dude, he has been calm, cool, and collected, calm cucumber in these last final laps to move up into 3rd place when he was, like 6th? After pitting and on the race restart. So the final lap of this race, Joe Biden on his own, able to kind of cruise and bring it home. But can we see any kind of last-minute position swaps, any kind of attacks, defenses? Can we see anything exciting here in the last couple of corners of Baku? Exciting race from start to end. Hopefully, I can't even say it was a clean race. There were some collisions, some incidents, but a lot of very good racecraft for the most part. We're not perfect. We're not professional drivers. There's going to be mistakes made, misjudgments. J. Root has overtaken Brian B. finally after struggling for what was a couple of laps of being stuck behind him, inching his way into fifth. Very unlikely to move anywhere past that. But what we will have is Mr. Bean, our race winner here at Baku in Azerbaijan. Wave to the fans, wave to the pit wall. You are our race winner. Thank you, Mr. Joe. Sleepy Joe. Not very sleepy right now. Very, very fast. McLaren, Kobe Plays will be coming across in second place. T Sticky will be fourth. Oh, Brian B. They're fighting for the. I need a change of underwear. But Brian B. sneaking into third. T Sticky fourth. J Root fifth. Dude. Down to the wire. Down to the absolute wire. This has been true peak cinema. Absolutely spectacular race here from start to middle to almost not the end, but kind of still the middle to the very end. Absolutely spectacular racing. We see that. I'm pretty sure it's Antigua Barbados flag on the podium. Representation. Got to represent the... I don't even know if they can really consider themselves Hispanic Latino community, but you know what? I'll count them anyways. Honorary. Whoa! Whoa! Yay! Dude, spectacular race here at Baku. I had very low expectations, so game giving driver of the day to Rusty Oil Can. I think... I might be wrong, but I think they vote for it here. Rusty Oil Can, 5 positions. I don't know if I'd really. I don't know, man. Yeah, Joe with the race win. Let me get this race director stuff just to be safe. I know a lot of leagues do prefer very few incidents here, according to this. I'll just grab this just in case as well. And then not very necessary, but spectacular race. Joe Bidome, Kobe Plays, and Brian B on the podium. Joe Bidome, your winner, was where's he at? Mr. Bean was leading the race for quite a while. Started on pole, finishing in 13th. Not great. Not very, very great. But it is what it is. I hope you guys here at PRL enjoyed it. I hope you guys love the comms. I hope you guys understand maybe why I prefer to do it on my own. Hopefully, maybe accommodate for that a little better. But if not, that's fine. I'll take a step back. Not my problem. It's all your own call. It's all your own league. It's not. I don't decide those things. So thank you so very much, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I actually very much enjoyed this. Way better than I thought. Yep. Thank you so much, Chronico. Thank you so much, Shawarma, for stopping by. Thank you to everybody else who did stop by from PRL. You guys are awesome. But yeah, so that's it. Hey, you Shawarma Chronico, you should maybe campaign that they should let me just commentate their tier 1 from here on out on my own. Again, I respect all the other guys trying to do their own thing, their own hustle, but look, I don't know. I don't want to campaign for myself too hard, but look. Thank you so very much for giving me the chance to commentate for you guys. You guys are awesome. Super spectacular racing. I'm very, very impressed by the racecraft, by the pace, by everything. Super awesome. So thank you so much, PRL. I've been LaFridge Gamer, the Fridge Gamer. Yeah, thank you so much, guys. You guys are all awesome. Hope you liked it. I appreciated it. So have a great rest of your day, guys. Super awesome.